Congratulations to the class of 2026 on the completion of your degrees. Every graduate of McMaster University is proudly welcomed as a member of the McMaster Alumni Association. Who are McMaster alumni? From coast to coast and every corner of the world, we work, lead, contribute, and volunteer in all industries and fields of work. We take our community spirit with us, our creativity and technical strengths, along with our unique problem-solving skills to make a difference for others, collaborating and innovating to take on the big questions facing the world. We make an impact. McMaster University's alumni community is one of the foundations of our success. Alumni achievements, leadership, and service shape not only the university, but also the communities, industries, and causes they support around the world. Let's meet some of McMaster's outstanding alumni now, introducing some of the 2026 McMaster Alumni Association Award winners.
I think I did know myself really well. So what I would say to a lot of people who don't is, one is get to know yourself like holistically as well. And then the best advice that I was ever given that I love passing on to other people is find a mentor and be somebody else's mentor, no matter what stage you're at. Because if you're graduating, you can mentor somebody 2 years behind you, a year behind you, a high school student, but always be looking for somebody who is a few steps ahead of where you think you might want to get to, because they're the ones who are going to talk about you in rooms that you're not even in, and you have no idea where those kinds of loose ties are going to lead, because none of the jobs I've gotten in my entire career have come from an online portal. It's always a referral. It's a thing I didn't think I would ever fall into, and somebody was championing me, like, without me even knowing that it was happening.
Really reflect on your values and articulate your purpose. And what purpose is your why, right? It's kind of the reason you get up in the morning. It's the direction you move in life. And, when I look at people around me, and sometimes students in my classes, I see that there's there isn't this direction that they have. So I think we can benefit from thinking about purpose. Why are you here? What do you stand for? What's truly important to you? And I think when we reflect on these elements, it's easier to make decisions in life, right? If that is, the kind of work that you choose to do, paid or unpaid work, if there's an opportunity in front of you, it's easier to make the decision and to say yes to something if it aligns with your values and, what is important to you.
The best advice I would give is to really take the time to understand your story. You've been at McMaster, which is a globally renowned institution. Not only have you built an exceptional education, you've been able to have these lifelong experiences in the community you've been at through McMaster. And I realized that you could come across many people that have the same degree, many people that have the same credentials, but what is the story behind your path? What is the information there? What is the unique path that has led you to be the person you are? And how can you speak to that when you're in positions, whether it's through entrepreneurship or whether you're applying for an interview or whether you're trying to get funding or whatever it may be? The more you understand your story, the more ownership you could take over where you're going, and the more power you have in terms of preparing for what the future may hold for you. Because I'm just starting to realize that after you leave university, the world is a place where you are competing with many people in ways you do and don't realize. And I'm really just starting to see that when you understand your story, you start to take a bit more ownership, and it helps you prepare for the things that, you inevitably can't prepare for life. So if you could listen from anything from my ramble, I would just say, continue to remember and honor your story, because you're carving a path that only you could take.
Give yourself grace. I know once you graduate, you feel perhaps the pressure and the stress of having to make something of yourself immediately after graduation. And while that career progression is important to ensure that there's not a huge gap between your schooling, and when you put yourself out into the field, give yourself grace to just immerse yourself and soak in the fact that you just accomplished something so amazing, and really sit and think, based on all these experiences, the knowledge and the skills that I've developed, what might be the best step forward that allows me to really not only express the creativity of the scholarship that I just had under my belt, but will also bring me joy. I think early on in my career, I was just so stressed about getting a job. I didn't actually think about, do I want to do this? Is the day-to-day grind of doing this work, while it can be stressful, is it also finding pockets of meaningfulness and impact that allows me to stay in these spaces, for longer? So give yourself grace and time to think about, those things, and also don't be shy. Put yourself out there, practice really marketing yourself and working, that muscle. While that degree is very, very important, people are also going to want to know about you beyond this piece of paper and your academic grades. So start really thinking about how you market yourself, how you share your experiences and your stories, and get out there and network in community and in formal spaces as well too.
Today we welcome the newest members to this vibrant alumni community that stretches across the globe. Let's hear from some of this year's graduates as they reflect on their time at McMaster.
One of my favorite memories at Mac was actually move-in day. I remember being super nervous to move in and make friends, and me and my roommate actually wandered around the halls hoping we'd find someone in there and just force them to be our friend. And it actually worked out, and we found our second year roommates that way.
I want to thank my parents and my family, because my parents have created this life for me that's made it all possible and why I'm here today. They made it so every goal was achievable, no dream was too big, and no love was limited for my brothers and I. And I also want to thank my brothers because they paved the way as two older brothers to show me what life is like and kind of where I should go next. And they also made me tough enough to survive it, being two older brothers. So I want to thank them.
My favorite experience at McMaster was probably getting the unique opportunity to do brain cancer research under the supervision of Dr. Sheila Singh. I think this was something that was so unique, and getting the opportunity to contribute to research that can hopefully help patients one day was something that I'll never forget.
There are a couple people I want to thank. I think the first being my mother. Being able to study at McMaster, I was able to stay at home, and something that I really appreciate is that we honestly got this degree together. She was someone who always stayed up during the late hours when I was studying, always making sure I was well fed or there for me. I'd also love to thank my dad. I always say he's the best listening ears. He always had to hear me as I recited all my 2000 anatomy cards, so I really won't forget those moments. And I'd love to thank my older sister, and she always taught me to embrace who I am. I'd also love to thank two mentors who I discovered at my time at McMaster, Dr. Patricia Fruja, the Associate Dean of Indigenous Health within the Faculty of Health Sciences. She's someone who I got to really learn from and explore my interest in Indigenous health from my first to fourth year of university, and Hartley Jaffine, a facilitator within the Honors Health Sciences program that taught me to really explore my interests within and outside the health sciences, including creative writing.
I would like to shout out the two most important people in my life, my parents, who gave up everything in their life to move us to Canada and get me to where I am today, graduating from McMaster University. Without them, I would not be where I am right now. I would also like to thank my family, who is back home watching me graduate right now. I would like to thank them for all their support and encouragement all the way from overseas.
One of my favorite memories from McMaster was giving campus tours. I remember being in those groups when I was considering attending McMaster, being unsure but also curious of what would be coming. And it has been a super full circle moment to be able to support students and guide their journeys. And it has really shaped my perspective on community as well as growth in my time here.
I'd love to express my sincere gratitude to my family. Thank you, Amma, Appa, Akka, as well as Arati, Jemson, Roshan, and my whole extended family and cousins. Thank you for your support and for believing in me. I wouldn't be here without you. I would also love to thank my supervisor, Dr. Joan Krupinski, for giving me this project, for believing in me. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank my parents for everything that they've done for me. I truly wouldn't be here without them. They've been here through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. And if it weren't for them, I would never have accomplished the things that I have. And for that, I want to say I love you and I thank you.
I'd like to shout out my parents, my mama and baba. Thank you for being my rocks throughout my journey over here at McMaster. Graduating to me is more than just a diploma. It is proof that your sacrifices were worth it. You left your lives behind and you sacrificed your dreams so I would have the best chance at fulfilling mine. I'd also like to shout out my sisters and my friends, from late nights studying in Thode to getting a sweet treat to celebrate after. You guys are all the reasons why I'm here today.
Hi Mom, hi Dad. Surprise! I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done for me throughout the years, and that is one of the main reasons why I'm standing here today. Hi Nana, hi Grandma, hi Papa. I also wanted to thank you for all the love and support that you guys have given me throughout my life. And Grandpa, I know that you can't be here today, but I know that you're cheering me on from above.
One thing that I remember very, very clearly is the use of the boat all throughout my 4 years. I remember in my second year how my friend and I, we would go into that boat, we'd have like little improv sessions. There would be people that would pass by and they'd giggle, and you know what, honestly, I'm glad that they had some fun watching our improv sessions. But aside from that, we were always there talking, you know, wasting our time or using up our time until it was time for class. So definitely our time at the boat, yeah, that was great.
My favorite memory would have to be from first year. So my friends and I had this little tradition where after every midterm we'd go to Centro to grab ice cream. And although it wasn't anything big, it kind of just made the stress of school feel lighter, and it helped me realize that I had friends who were going through this journey with me as well.
Someone I'd like to shout out would first of all be my mom, whose home-cooked meals are what got me through exam season. I'd like to thank all of my professors for answering all of my panicked emails I'd send at 1 a.m. And lastly, I'd like to thank my friends for being willing to take a random walk with me around campus whenever I felt like I couldn't focus at the library.
Opportunity.
Second home.
Enriching.
Personal growth.
Strength. Grateful.
Transformative.
Rewarding.
Opportunity.
Bright.
Perseverance.
Confidence building.
Unforgettable.
Thank you, class of 2026. We are confident you will continue to make us proud, and we are so excited to see where you will go, what you will create, how you will advance and innovate, and where you will make your unique impact, making a brighter world for us all. And to echo the sentiments of our graduands, thank you to all the supporters out there who played such an important role in bringing us to this occasion today. We celebrate you, along with your graduate today, and we share your pride. And graduands, remember, your formal time at McMaster may have come to a close, but you are now a member of the McMaster Alumni Association, and we are here wherever you want to connect. Stay in touch, keep your email up to date, and learn about all that your Alumni Association offers you. Welcome to the network of a lifetime.
Do you want to do the Trapezoon and Mark?
Yeah, is that from here? Yeah, sure. Good, great. Why not?
no sign of those guys. Do you want to do another one?
Sure.
How about, I was wondering about number 5.
Same book?
Not, it's the other one.
Uh-huh.
It's,
This one? Let's do it.
And maybe pop up.
Sure. Yeah, great.
Not sure how many good places there are to stop, but can you see sitting down when the guy gets up there?
Yes, so I think the main thing is whether to stop right when he gets there or when he walks back over.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's the
Yeah.
trickiest part.
But I think it's fine if there's music going.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Plus, there's not much you can do. If, you know, you kind of want a real cadence.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always think if he's standing there for a second,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Anyway, the only reason I ask is I don't need to give you a sign or anything to see he's there. And since you were playing.
Sure.
Hey, there he is.
Okay, incredible. Love it. So then, we're good?
We're good.
Yes.
Hey, Rob, you okay?
Impeccable timing, Rob.
All right. Oh, wait. We've got stories about all week. It's
absolutely insane. I ended up not being able to park there. I just walked because there was just too much.
Oh my God. No kidding, right?
Okay, I'm just gonna blow a couple minutes.
Yeah. You've got time.
Graduands and guests, please rise as you are able for the academic procession.
I declare that the 678th Convocation of McMaster University for the conferring of degrees is now in session.
Please be seated. Good morning, and thank you for braving the rain to get here this morning. I am Dr. Maureen McDonald, Provost and Vice President Academic. This morning, I have the great pleasure of acting as your Master of Ceremonies and welcoming all of you, graduands and guests, to this convocation ceremony. On behalf of the university, I would like to recognize and acknowledge that we meet today on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee Nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. We must remember that we all have a role in upholding the spirit of the agreement, and that merely acknowledging our presence on these traditional lands is only a small step on our shared path to reconciliation. I challenge you to consider how you can foster reconciliation among the many peoples that inhabit these lands. I would like to start today's proceedings by acknowledging some of the notable leaders joining me on stage today. Our Chancellor, Dr. Nicholas Brathwaite. President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Susan Tai. Vice Provost and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Steve Ranilevich. Vice Provost Indigenous, Dr. Beverly Jacobs. Vice Provost Equity and Inclusion, Dr. Barrington Walker. Associate Vice President, Academic and Dean, School of Health at Mohawk College, Wendy Lawson. Acting Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Bruce Newbold. Dean, Interdisciplinary Programs, Creative Media and Social Services, Mohawk College, Aaron Cameron. Associate and Assistant Deans, Chairs, faculty members, and honored guests. Before we start our formal program, I kindly ask everyone in the hall to switch off any electronic device that may ring or beep during the ceremony. We will open and close the ceremony with the Thanksgiving address. In Haudenosaunee culture, it is common for a speaker to stand and recite words of acknowledgement and thanks when people come together for important matters. In the Mohawk language, this is known as Ohondo Gali Hatekwa, the words that come before all else. In the Cayuga language, it is known as Ganyohanyok, or the Thanksgiving Address. Both are sometimes also known as greetings to the natural world. These are ancient words that are intended to remind all of those in attendance that as a group of people, we are to warmly greet one another and collectively give thanks to all the elements that have made it possible for us to be well on this earth. This shared activity of hearing and listening is said to create feelings of good-mindedness in our daily interactions with one another, and asks us to be active participants in maintaining this state of being. If you are interested in reading an English translated version of the address, please follow the link on your program to the celebration website. I would now like to call upon Derek Sandy, Knowledge Keeper, to deliver the Thanksgiving address. Thank you.
Scanos Aguego, thank you for having me be part of this great day. I'll do the Gunahanyo in the Cayuga language, Gayokono. And Onana and Wasawa, Nada Honda, Hongwayan Duck, Nata Hova, Ne, E. Gaihoin Duck, Nadia, Wadageto Gunahanyo. And Nanda, the gang go, there's what town CEO, Skyhoint go Hawado. Ne, and Waiho Canto, Sangwaya di Son, Sangwawi Gunahanyo. Ne, always out, Scano, do not know. Nidine and the way Hake here Scott and Waya, Hongwanigoha. Scott did what it no Hanyone to Ganyo took na Hongwanigoha. And Anina and Watro, we say home Wednesday. Nad when all hudded one hook quat, Nate say home, the West dog a drop wet. Nay all hand and the Hodance a goy home. Agree one egg na scano, not the yok na what near the doggies. Nate na and what away noni, na ditino Hanyo, say home Wednesday, when all hudded one hook quat, Nate to Ganyo took na Hongwanigoha. And on the na hand watro, we na so how we and that's a how when jada need na sangoya diso hot hoyant for na to when's gate na hadio when gragi ne to gaunyo no kutra hunt no ne na ungo drat swio dogus a guy wai na de hodan gyon goi honega good drift think ne na and order way no ni na did when honyo na on when grafno ne go to na no kutra so ne to ganyo took na hangwani go and on the na hand watro we na ne oniganos nagi handanyo no wadanyo gonna dio ne ne got ne go wanna say ne na and what away no ni na did when honyo niganoski handanyo no wadanyo gonna dio ne got ne go wanna say ne to ganyo took na hangwani go and on the na hand watro we Nane sahne gaha we ani onta nane go de go and nig now di sondak ne nan what away no ni na did one honyo nane sungora nach ne na sahne gaha we ani onta ne to ganyo tok na hangwani go and ani na hand watro we nane gadinyo gadidak sanoges ne gaganongis nane go de go and ne na di wahon days ne go to nane away go ne nan what away no ni na did one home, yo gadin, yo ne to ganyo took na one go. And on the hand watro, we nane a todana, no ne gadisha, de hadoni, nane go de go and ne now wata, ne and what away noni, na did one home, yo na, o todana, no ne gadisha, de hadoni, ne to ganyo took na one go. And on the hand watro, we nane, some good not trying to get heko. Ne sent against known, ne all hand, the hodance a goyon. Ne nan, and what away no ni, nad, ditino hanyo, nat some good not trying to get heko, sent against known, ne to gain your tongue down, what to go on. And on the hand watro, we, nane deal wow, ne o down, hadiasto. Ne na agree one egg na scan, no, na dear the wany. Ne and what away no ni, na did one home, yo, don't deal wow, ne to gain your tongue down, what to go on. And on the na hand watro, we need to how we and that's a how when jada. Na hoi ho custom way ho day ho no touch snake na how we and he need na go get dos so go hon na ne he got west and it quite how do one of the gates. Na tea so the tino quite. Need na neck with an and day car qua get so scat and get the go. What's it watch the serve no quite. Neck with an and say car need dog gates a tea so the tino quite. Negutan and Eo Gisundasha sank out here dog, tea so did you know what? Ona na agree when ik na scan no do nothing swanochten yo na what ni rak dagis. Nei na and what away no ni na de tina hanyo na higak na hodai hodanyo touching it set na away and hate ne to again you took na what ni go. And on ni na and watch ro we na so go what nes gonna die oi hawana touch what Nate dos a high white what's a now song go ya hank go hand don't how much for the yongi. Nate and what away and only they said when a honyo said go on it's gonna die yo need to get you took na one go. And on in na hand watch ro we na gain and good dog had you here kill no na do kianya do on and good dog sweet o dog get scan of do not now when you get to the way near gone he. Nate and what away and only the tina honyo gain hand no had you here kill no do kianya do Nate again you took na one go. And on in na hand watch ro we na how hard get going here they hana great some way this song. Nate so on to say don't Nate scan no I do nothing yet. On and good dog sweet oh na dog gets to how we now had any don't shut. Nate and what away no ni na the silver no honyo na going here they hand draw some way this song. Nate again you took na go and go. Then I told na got we ni guy get that go no honyo nyawe.
Thank you, Derek, for those beautiful words. I would now like to introduce the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Bruce Newbold, to present the honorary degree recipient.
Chancellor Braithwaite, by the authority of the Senate of McMaster University, I have the honor to present Dr. Paul Hoffman. McMaster University alumnus Paul Hoffman is a revolutionary research scientist and innovator in tectonic and sedimentary geology who earned his BSc in geology at McMaster, followed by MSc and PhD degrees at Johns Hopkins University. And I just found out this morning that despite those 3 degrees, this is his first convocation. Dr. Hoffman is particularly well known for his pioneering research on Proterozoic carbonates and the application of plate tectonics to the Earth's early history, particularly research based on his extensive fieldwork in northern Namibia. He also developed the snowball Earth hypothesis, which links global glaciation events to evolutionary and tectonic milestones. In 2024, Dr. Hoffman was recognized for his lifetime of scholarship with the Kyoto Prize in Basic Sciences, one of the world's most prestigious honors in science. Dr. Hoffman was a longtime research scientist and then senior research scientist with the Geological Survey of Canada, mapping vast tracts of the northwestern Canadian Shield and producing pioneering research on plate tectonics of the Precambrian era. At the same time, he held a series of academic appointments at universities, including the University of California, Santa Barbara, California Institute of Technology, University of Texas at Dallas, and Columbia University's Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory. Dr. Hoffman then became a professor of geology at the University of Victoria for 2 years before moving to Harvard University in 1994 as a Sturgis Hooper Professor of Geology. He has been a professor emeritus since 2008. A member of the National Academy of Sciences, the Royal Society of Canada, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Hoffman has earned many honors, including the Logan Medal of the Geological Association of Canada, the Willett G. Miller Medal of the Royal Society of Canada, the Hanno Martin Medal of the Geological Society of Namibia, the Gold Medal of the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, and perhaps most importantly, to the former member of McMaster's track and cross-country teams, membership in the McMaster Athletics Hall of Fame. And several members of his former track and field team are with us this morning. Wonderful to join us. In 2012, Dr. Hoffman, who has authored articles in high-profile publications including Science and Scientific American, was invested as an Officer of the Order of Canada. Mr. Chancellor, Paul Hoffman has produced work that has transformed the fields of tectonic and sedimentary geology. I ask that you recognize his impact and legacy by conferring upon him a second McMaster degree, a Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Paul Felix Hoffman, by the authority of McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa in McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to that degree. Congratulations. Would you please sign the honor roll? I would now like to invite Dr. Paul Felix Hoffman to deliver the convocation address.
Chancellor Braithwaite, President Tai, honored guests, graduands, families, and friends. Given Chancellor Braithwaite's role in the development of smartphone technology, I trust he will not be offended if I introduce myself by saying that in northern Namibia, where I took students for geological field research for nearly 30 years, I was known as the only person in Africa who did not own a cell phone. I expect that many of you are looking forward to beginning graduate school in the fall. So let me offer you a few tips. The first is, you will not regret having graduated from McMaster. McMaster is one of the most progressive and forward-looking universities on the continent. The undergraduate curriculum that I took here at McMaster was not outshone by that in any of the 8 universities where I formerly have given classes. That's including Caltech and Harvard. Second, if you are like me, you are looking forward to graduate school as a gradual end of classrooms and courses and exams. Be prepared to be disappointed during the first year. The problem is the faculty at your graduate school don't know you, and many of them will expect you to take their course. It will get better. A couple of my more able contemporaries as first-year graduate students decided to switch grad schools. Don't do it. It simply means doing first year twice. Both of them dropped out, never heard from again. Third tip, if you are looking forward ultimately to the PhD and your PhD thesis, the last hurdle will be the dreaded oral comprehensive exam. An oral exam is completely unlike a written exam. In a written exam, you read the questions and you pick the one you know best and start with that. In an oral exam, it's best never to let on how much you know. Because as soon as the examiners sense that you know the answer to a question, they will move to another question. So if you're asked a question, take a deep breath. Think about how you would explain the question to a bright first or second year undergraduate. And then think of how you would explain as many possible answers as you could think of. Don't be afraid to go to the whiteboard. Draw a diagram, a graph, set of equations. Okay? What the examiners are looking for is to see how intelligently you can struggle with a new problem. Don't be defensive. They have every right to want to know, because the ticket they're holding is the ticket to exactly that struggle for the rest of your career. Okay? So, is it worth it? The 14-hour days, week in and week out? Well, You know, I retired 18 years ago, and I retired to get back to full-time research, and I'm still at it. I'm still publishing, and I just can't let it go, you know. The famous American modern jazz musician Charlie Parker was once asked if he was religious, and he responded, "Yes, I am a very devout musician." And that's the way I feel about science. You give it your devotion, and it gives you back direction and purpose and meaning in an active life. I want to end by acknowledging my teammates on the 1963 McMaster cross-country team, which that fall won the Canadian Championship. A week before I graduated, not bad for a school which at that time had 1,000 students. That's 1,000. A month before I graduated, I ran my first marathon. Our coach at McMaster, Ron Wallingford, finished third in an international field. There were 4 Canadians in the top 10 that year, of which I was the third. And I thought, you know, what I learned from running was the value of training. And I thought, why not apply this to my scientific field research? And I did. I was taking students to the field in Africa for months of field work every year until I was 79. I ran my last marathon at 77. But here's what I didn't expect. Virtually every new idea I ever had in science, and every clever title for the papers those ideas deserved, just popped into my consciousness while I was out running. I used to mention this to my research students, and sure enough, they took up running. And I know what they were thinking. He's not so smart. It's got to be the running. So my last tip, don't spend your life indoors. Okay? Good luck. Bon voyage.
Congratulations, Dr. Hoffman, and thank you for all of those inspiring words. I would now like to welcome Dr. Susan Tai, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium to present the graduands to Chancellor Nicholas Brathwaite for admission to their degrees.
Graduates, if you are able, please stand. Chancellor Brathwaite, on behalf of McMaster University Senate, I present to you these candidates and those in absentia in order that you may confer the appropriate degrees upon them, and I bear witness that they are worthy and suitable.
Graduates, by my authority and that of the McMaster University Senate, I have the great pleasure to admit those of you before me today and those in absentia to their individual degrees at McMaster University with all the rights and privileges pertaining to those degrees. My sincere congratulations to you all. Please be seated.
Graduates, I now ask that you join me on stage so the Chancellor and I may welcome you to the McMaster community of scholars.
Honoured guests, so that each graduate's name may be heard, it would be appreciated if during the presentation of the graduates, you would hold your collective applause to the end of each degree category. Thank you. Chancellor Brathwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Doctor of Philosophy.
Kelton Adderley Heron. Rona Moftakari McIntyre.
Alexis Mela Beltrano.
Zoe Charlotte Lazar Kurz. Elizabeth Marie Phillips. Selena Singh.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduate of the degree Master of Science.
Natasha Maria Agostini. Melissa Iswaramurthy. Claire Esty.
Riley Catherine Mantelek.
Calvin James Newbury.
Alyssa Jean Giovanangeli.
Shane Christopher Antonio Santos.
Chancellor Brathwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Applied Science.
Ariana Lucia Alati. Mariam Ala Najib Al-Bazbouz.
Tyler DJ Brian Anderson. Jenna Nicolette Angrilli.
Adil Ayman Ansar.
Meg Arzuman. Sofia Veronica Ascensi. On Kokoro Bagnato. Aiden Elizabeth Baldwin.
Natalia Leah Bazak. Brianna Jessica Rebecca Bijaimal.
Bianca Maria Beres. Shreya Bhattacharjee. Holly Elizabeth Bingham. Cassidy Michelle Book. Beatrice Borabian. Jessica Long Booth.
Dana Genevieve Calalang.
Margaret Amber Carley. Maddie Cottle.
Renaya May Chandler.
Xuan Cho.
Nabila Chaudhary.
Megan Clairbout. Jamie Kathleen Daly. Marina Zaki Demian. Cristala Papayawanu Daris.
Ella DeSombra. Emma Jane Didamasi.
Rose D. Carlo.
Jolly Kate Dimatulak.
Clarissa Emily Dine. Mary Din.
Saiwa Brianna Farinango Anrango.
Vanessa Francioni. Olivia Gadzowski. Victoria James Gallant. Arrington Gill. McKenna Gilmore.
Abigail Gonzalez Kleinert.
Megan Elizabeth Gordon. Quinn Greenbaum. Tyler Earl Grine. Rena Amro Hassan. Rebecca Maple Hong.
Andriana Huntalis.
Mia Huang. Krill Catherine Cruzana Jacinto. Marwa Jabara. Jaden Kayla Maggie Jessup. G.A.G. Jeremiah Jacob John.
Amy Yunsong Jun.
Yusria Karimi. Tolu Kehinde.
Harshita Keitheswaran. Sadak Khan.
Tuba Khan.
Gabrielle Jasmine Kohan.
Ingrid Kwong. Michael Paul Ladouceur. Yu Chia Liao. Alisa Talia Lucchese. Catherine Ann McDonald.
Kartika Makinthirarasa.
Marina Yanya Markech.
Shanice Audrine McAnuff.
Marley McNair. Madeline Olivia Mills.
Asia Zainab Mirza.
Medha Mishra. Danya Malay Fard. Rowan Mostert. Favor Makoro. Kalinda Masina Mupese.
Nishana Natgunasingam.
Raymond Gabriel Ong Swan.
Jillian Roz Orsine.
Akila Imani Osborne. Henry O. Victor Legion Paz. Maria Jose Peñalosa Bocanegra. Alexandra Pelegi.
Pumika Piratipan.
Samantha Anita Pohl. Amita Amber Rakar. Sofia Domenica Ranalli. Emma Lauren Joy Redding. Destiny Redner. Madeline Olivia Reed. Everett Blake Reed. Tony Reinders. Lincoln Wren. Abby Olivia Roberts. Sierra Erin Orozco Rodriguez. Brenna Margaret Ann Russell. Sophia Santa Maria Marchant. Aisha Sarfaraz. Catherine Shen. Jasmine Kaur Sidhu.
Hamna Sikandar.
Madison Smith. Lauren Emily Sneath. Liv Margaret Snyder.
Alia Ahmed Sultan.
Ava Georgia Sousa. Carol Lee Naomi Speakman.
Alina Taheri Oskui.
Grace Lisa Elizabeth Tinker. Anna Totmianina. Iman Tukami. Ashling Mary Torrini. Vanessa Lynn Vanda Wettering.
Andy Voinia.
Zoe Cohen Wallhouse. Keshin Wang. Angela Elizabeth Wiesner. Brianna Maureen Williams.
Chi Chi Ye.
Emma Jasmine Yeomans.
Annette Fang Yuan.
Amelia Lauren Zanata. Carol Jang.
Ho Ling Dang.
Michelle Zhou.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Honours Bachelor of Science.
Murtada Abdullah. Aleshba Ahmed. Tobias Yoonki An. Nina Akavin. Veronica Akstanova.
Andrea Albert Praveen. Haneen Ismail Mutahar Al-Ezi. Feza Ali.
Zara Aladina. Sarp Tan Alpsoykan.
Dominique Amendalia. Katerina Isabel Appa.
Melissa Aquino. Ajoda Caprice Apriline Archer. Dia Aurora.
Giselle Oweda.
Aliza Baig. Aliyah Grace Baines.
Riva Baloch.
Shreya Banerjee. Rachel Hope Barbieri.
Regina Barrios Alba.
Sophie Margaret Bastel. Jody Lillian Beach.
Nicole Baluzzo. Vedahi Bhatnagar.
Ivana Bajelic. Daniel Bondarev.
Elena Botris.
Luc Alexander Bourgeois.
Kira Brody. Abigail Bruning.
Serena Leia Butera. Chloe Butler Stubbs. Laika Renee Callinsway. Cole James Cameron.
Amara Cantwell.
Huaishuan Sao. Naomi Cariou.
Hilda Amara Louise Chan.
Waverly Grace Chan. Sophia Chander. Tuhina Chatterjee.
Laiba Chowdhury. Ira Chaudhry.
Bijal Chauhan. Meet Vishal Chauhan.
Lavin Chelvin.
Yvonne Kai Yichen.
Wendy Chen Jiang. Daniel Chung.
Rania Chitamun. Audrey Choi. Ria Chopra. June Chung.
Sofia Chovich.
Alessandra Anna d'Apolonio.
Isabella De Favre.
Adrian Kyle de Jesus. Isabella Anna de Pauli.
Kiara Devangi De Silva.
Mehek Dom. Sahejprit Tillin.
Asha Gianto.
Johnson Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science.
Dan Girakov.
Xiaoyu Dong. Sophia Rose Donahue. Emily Duan. Pangbo Duan. Sophia Rose Duva.
Gobina Ilankoven.
Gabriel Bruno Elby.
Maysoon El Saman.
Noor Elshabari. Zoe Erica Engman. Tara Esbati.
Mira Iwad.
Mitchell Andrew Kofi Ezon.
Sachin Fairfax.
Abir Farhan. Shasmeen Faruqi. Abigail Christine Ferguson Donaldson.
Alize Mia Fiefe Bedar. Juliana Maria Felice.
Brendan Thomas Watson Flint. Zara Olivia Ford Nanku. Olivia Eva Fraschetti. Madeline Grace Fraser. Olivia Danuta Freeman. Daniela Frost. Jessica Fu. Yue Gao. Charlotte Orlando Garofalo. Ella Gendler. Rosie Ghosh. Connor Joseph Alexander Gitt.
Danitza Anna Glamuzina.
Rachel Goddard. Tanya Goga.
Bhavana Gundarlahali. Tristan Oliver Giesling. Vinita Vinayak Habu.
Hana Hajari. Michaela Chloe Mi Song Ham, Zoe Ann Hanlon, Fazila Hashmi, Samina Hassan, Adrian Danielle Alexandra Head, Jasmine here, Ella Cameron Hermer, Allison Victoria Hess, Lydia Stephanie Hill,
Taqib Hossein,
Natasha Raike, Carrie Huang,
Riviera Madrigal Hume Beardall,
Hayden Reed Ivy,
Nicole Marika Jansezian, Jericho Puri Janthavong, Ana Laura Jimenez Perez,
Megan Emily Johnson, Charlotte Paige Johnston, Nikita Kamensky, Scarlett Kang, Arnav Kapoor, Olivia Mary Joyce Kehoe, Sloan Cassidy Kennedy,
Ella Sophia Cowan, Maheswari Kediswaran,
Lujain Kafagi, Amar Khalid, Rahima Leila Khan, Sophia Farah Khan,
Wanya Khan,
Caitlin Rose Kang, Vivian Jian Kim, Maya Klepfish, Rose Knudsen,
Esther Marie Cook,
Ashley Koo, Colin John Corey, Julia Kozai, Coco Nobel Kumazawa, Clarice Joelle Kwan, Abigail Lang,
Kauthar Latrash, Farah Lawfer,
Fionn Lee, Catherine Emma Lee, Shauna Marie Lemire, Justin Locke Tim Liu,
Isatu Lay,
Amy Lee, Sreya Liju,
Dana Lynn,
Jeremy Len,
Vito Yeah Lynn,
Jacob Robert Lisinski, Kevin Shiyu Liu,
Connie Liu,
Athena Maria Lombardi, Hannah Laux, Madison Emma McLean,
Elena Abrina Madukdak,
Shreya Magam, Ryan Imran Mahalingam, Jenna Elizabeth Mallinson, Andrew Jacob Mallon,
Alessandra May Barbosa Mamalidi, Shalina Manbode,
Ruhani Mond, Grace Christina Mannanen, Lucas George Marley, Noah Julian Marley.
Lindsay Hui Martin.
Vince Martin. Madeline Seeger McCready. Calla Grace McFadden. Kennedy Amanda McCarricker. Gareth Hunter McClelland. Angeline Medeiros. Benit Mida.
Isaac Raymond Picanso Melanson. Naomi Aaliyah Menakella.
Marielle Mercado. Andrew Jonathan Miller. Abiha Mirza. Nikki Mohammadi. Sophie Molina. Leah Malaika Monfopa Yeno. Catherine May Montgomery. Lorena Christina Morconi. Riley Field Morgan.
Jade Isabella Na.
Sarah Danielle Naidu.
Tisani Navanyanavel.
Ryan Alexander Nekula. Christina Nedoshitko. Hannah Irene Newell. Anna Honglan Nguyen. Nibra Yassin. Jakub Patrick Niedzielko.
Anna Noble Gluby.
Andrew Kenji Oikawa.
Kaylee Danielle Paglia. Ishana Niyosha Pararaja Segaram.
Emma Layla Margaret Parkin. Anjali Patel.
Manan Patel.
Palak Patel. Ria Chaitan Patel.
Suhani Saurabh Patel.
Alice Elizabeth Ada Payne. Savita Rachel Pereira. Erica Pugh. Grace Alexandra May Pollock.
Jessica Renee Prevost.
Nina Ramesh. Tarani Caitlin Ramesh. Cassidy Paige Redmond. Ben Rafael. Malaya Tara Reed. Maya Ray Relva.
Mara Ribado Bagan.
Natalie Saba.
Desnor Kaur Sani. Megan Sani.
Shuraim Abdulatif Ali Samatar.
Shashwati Sanjay.
Chian Margaret Raimundo Santiago. Shashu Satish Raj. Akalesh Satyakumar.
Vaina Satar.
Grace Margaret Mary Schiller. Isabella Grace Box Schofield.
Tayin Amarnath Seaton.
Fatima Shar Baf. Ishan Sharma. Kiran Christian Matthias Seacat. Mohid Tahir Siddiq. Millie Sharma. Zainab Sheikh.
Maisha Siddiqui.
Alexandra Siminiuk.
Kavina Sivanyanaraja. Hamza Soge.
Nirali Solanki.
Vaishali Maria Somasekaran.
Parth Soni. Megan Alicia Sue. Claire Marie Steinwall.
Bryn Joy Milo Stewart. Shivangi Sundar.
Levi Michael Superville. Clarissa Suyono. Kieran Taylor. Mir Ahmed Shahed Talpur. Emily Tang. Junchu Tao. Mindy Tat. Chloe Alexandra Taylor. Abhirami Devathiza. Alina Thomas.
Siren Ann Toms.
Sebastian Tomczyk.
Madeline Michelle Cateau Travis. Grisham Jatin Trivedi. Kylie Choi. Ashwani Umaparan. Syed Mohammed Osman.
Chloe Ann Van Bell. Mackenzie Grace Van der Stur.
Nikki von Schaik. Julia Adriana Vecchiarelli. Raylene Verbruggen. Halavi Vidge.
Net Mika Vitharana. Justin Vo. Tavneet Kaur Walia. Jackson Walsh. Sophie Ella Watson. Colin Russell Williams. Michaela Isabel Williams. Abigail Emily Wilson. Jacqueline Wong. Lawrence Stephen Wajuli. Joshua Apollo Wong. John Wong. Joyce Jia Yin Wu. Alina Saad. Kevin Yang. Richard Yang. Sammy Yang.
John Jung-in Yum.
Rebecca Yip.
Saimira Yogaraja.
Julia Helena Sabielska. Hala Zainab. Fatima Rafiq Zakar. Ayman Sayeda Zishan. Ella K. Zagara Brown. Amy Jang. Yanging Chi Zhou. Z. Jerry Zhou.
Chancellor Braithwaite, may I present to you the following graduates of the degree Bachelor of Science.
Yahya Zaid Al-Rani.
Amber Sky Austin. Andrea Yonel. Sadat Mohammed. Fatima Zora.
Let's give one more round of applause to all of the graduates. To close out our ceremony, we will first hear the valedictory address, followed by the presentation of awards, the President's address, and closing remarks from the Chancellor, and finally, the closing address from our Knowledge Keeper. I would now like to introduce Ishan Sharma, a graduate of the degree Bachelor of Science in the Environmental Sciences program, who will be delivering the valedictory address.
Thank you. Wow, it's bigger than I thought. Good morning, everyone. Standing here today as your valedictorian is both an honor and a privilege. It is truly a moment I never could have anticipated when I first set foot on this campus 5 years ago. To Chancellor Nicholas Braithwaite, President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Susan Tai, Dr. Maureen McDonald, Dr. Steve Franilovich, and Dr. Bruce Newbold, thank you for your leadership and vision. To the countless people who have patiently guided me through this beautiful journey, you are the steady hand behind every success. The belief you have had in me and the unconditional love you have shown me are the reasons I felt empowered to take chances and to grow into the person I am today. McMaster is so much more than just a campus to study on. It is where we build communities, chase our curiosities, and discover who we are becoming. When I look back at the person I was in my first year compared to who I am now, the difference is simply immeasurable. Time moves swiftly in the company of people who make you feel safe, supported, and seen. I remember that first day of university, moving into Bates 205, carefully adjusting my COVID mask, and hugging my parents goodbye for the first time in my entire life. I sat there in my new room, alone, overwhelmed and uncertain, just wishing for the comfort of my home. Then, my soon-to-be roommate walked through the door, and this first encounter was the beginning of something truly extraordinary. He invited me down to the common room to meet some new faces, and it was this day that friendships and a newfound confidence were born that would ultimately transform my university years. We have cried together, laughed until our stomachs hurt, danced in our living rooms, and found joy in the purest and simplest moments. From trivia nights at Snooty Fox, to staying up all night studying in Mills, or riding around Hamilton on our Sobe bicycles, these memories are the heartbeat of my McMaster story. Somehow, over the years, McMaster has so seamlessly and effortlessly become my home, even though, unfortunately, my mom wasn't here to do my laundry for me. I'm still figuring out how to sort my colors from my whites. The people I met here have become my family. My world as they say, is brighter because of them, and I could not imagine it being any other way. Now, whether your passion lies in the fine arts, the rigorous sciences, or, for someone like myself, global affairs and campus involvement, you will find a community here that you belong to. The true impact of my time at McMaster is not measured by grades, accolades, or titles, but rather by the people who taught me the importance of integrity and character. Whether that's through the MSU, the McMaster Science Society, or even halfway across the world in Japan, Uganda, and Ghana, I've had the privilege of building friendships that have shown me the importance of this. It's very easy to get caught up and to measure our lives by achievements, whether that's landing the perfect job, earning the highest income, or seeking any form of prestige and recognition. But over time, I've come to realize that the most meaningful change first starts from within. I'm reminded of a quote that has shaped my perspective and is one that I wish to leave you all with here today. It is not about what you've accomplished, but rather the kind of person you choose to be every day. As we prepare to leave McMaster, each of our journeys will take us in new and unexpected directions. I have the utmost confidence that we will all continue to find our way, just as we did here. If university has taught me anything, it's the power of connection, the importance of showing up for one another during hard times, and the art of convincing your roommates to watch one more episode of The Office. Wow. I want you to remind yourself that you made it. And I'm so certain that all of our younger selves would be so proud to see what we have accomplished. As I look out into this room, I see future doctors, teachers, scientists, artists, and leaders. But most importantly, I see a room full of people who intentionally choose to lead with empathy and care. So, as we step out into the world, I hope we never lose sight of the person we are striving to become. I am so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2026. May we use our brilliant, capable, and compassionate minds to continue uplifting those around us and leave here not only accomplished, but kind. Thank you.
Would Dr. Mayu Nishimura please come forward? It is with great honor that we recognize Dr. Mayu Nishimura for her outstanding contributions to teaching, mentorship, and educational leadership in psychology at McMaster University. Since joining McMaster in 2020, Dr. Nishimura has distinguished herself as an innovative educator committed to fostering student engagement, developing transformative curricula, and leading initiatives that bridge academic learning with real-world applications. Dr. Nishimura's teaching philosophy emphasizes iterative improvement, motivation, and social learning, which she tailors to the diverse backgrounds of her students. She employs diverse methods, including storytelling, real-world examples, and virtual tools to make her courses engaging and relevant. Her use of community-based projects, such as collaborating with Metrolinx and CityLab, has brought tangible societal impacts into the classroom, allowing students to connect their academic work to real-world issues. This approach has been praised by students for its relevance, fostering a deeper understanding of psychology's role in addressing societal changes. Dr. Nishimuro's commitment to curriculum development is evident in her continuous refinement of courses in the Applied Psychology program. She has transformed courses based on student feedback, enhancing their relevance and fostering skill building for future careers. Her emphasis on critical thinking, scientific communication, and applied research skills has been instrumental in preparing students for success in both academic and professional settings. As a mentor, Dr. Nishimura has guided both graduate and undergraduate students, encouraging independent research and community engagement. She's also been a leader in fostering student organizations such as the Human Behavior Society, promoting student leadership and service. Her pedagogical innovation extends beyond the classroom. She actively contributes to the broader academic community by attending conferences, conducting research on educational practices like ungrading, and implementing new strategies for fostering inclusive learning environments. Dr. Nishimura's teaching excellence, mentorship, and leadership exemplify the highest standards of academic practice. We're proud to recognize her with the Citation of Excellence for her unwavering dedication to student success and educational innovation. The President's Award of Excellence in Student Leadership acknowledges the contributions made by students who play a significant role in improving and developing the intellectual, social, and/or cultural fabric of the McMaster community. Would Megan Sue please come forward? On behalf of our university and faculty, I have the honor of presenting the newest recipient of the President's Award of Excellence in Student Leadership to Megan Sue. A member of McMaster's women's soccer team and president of the Women's Athletic Leadership Committee, Megan has also been part of the McMaster Athletes Care, the McMaster Varsity Leadership Committee, and the McMaster Varsity Peer Mentor Program. She's been a student therapist with the McMaster Swim Team and volunteered with the McMaster PACE, or Physical Activity Center of Excellence. Off campus, Megan has coached athletes with developmental disabilities through the Blazing Soccer Dogs and volunteered for the organizations including Boys and Girls Clubs of Hamilton-Halton, the McGee Secondary School Bantam Girls Basketball Team, and UBC Cedar STEM Outreach and Mentorship for Indigenous Youth. Congratulations, Megan.
What an important day for everyone in this auditorium and those watching online. For those of you who are graduating, this is a time of transition, reflection, and anticipation. On behalf of McMaster University, congratulations. You have earned this day. Convocation is a time to pause in a world that rarely slows down. It is a moment for you to look back at who you were when you first arrived on campus and to appreciate how far you have come. It is also a moment to look forward with confidence and purpose to the next stages of the life you are shaping. Today, you leave McMaster not just with a degree, but with an education grounded in curiosity, integrity, resilience, and caring for the world around you. Your McMaster education is distinctive. It has been shaped by our setting on an especially beautiful corner of Hamilton. It has been influenced by the university's ideal scale, big enough to matter, yet small enough to be familial, by its history and traditions. During your time here, you may have noticed a brick building at the corner of Sterling and Forsyth, which is home to Bertrand Russell's Research Center and Archives. Russell was a British philosopher, mathematician, and peace activist who earned the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1950. He was a celebrity who influenced the Beatles and Muhammad Ali. Russin often wrote and spoke about education. He said, education is not to be viewed as something like filling a vessel with water, but rather assisting a flower to grow in its own way. This is how we have tried to shape your McMaster education. We did not simply ask you to absorb information. We asked you to find it, test it, synthesize it, challenge it, and apply it. Just as important as the work you did on your own, you did with others in labs, seminars, and group meetings. You learned that complex problems demand diverse perspectives, and the more durable solutions emerge when we listen as carefully as we speak. Whatever field of science you studied at McMaster, you face the same basic questions. What is happening? How is it happening? Why is it happening? What comes next? How can we change the outcome? Answering these questions have shaped your education, and I hope you will continue asking them long after today. Your years as McMaster students have unfolded in an era characterized by uncertainty and rapid change. You navigated academic pressure, the end of a pandemic emergency, global instability, and evolving expectations of what the future might look like. You adapted, you persisted, you supported one another. In doing so, you demonstrated a quality that matters as much as intelligence and skill: resilience. You learned to work in teams, to seek mentorship, to lean on your community. As you move into your next chapters, I encourage you to remember that the most meaningful successes in life are rarely individual achievements. They come through relationships, collaborations, and trust. Today, you join a global network of more than 250,000 McMaster alumni, including leaders in almost every field imaginable. They are researchers, clinicians, entrepreneurs, educators, scientists, artists, advocates, public servants, and innovators. What connects all of you is not just a shared institution, but a shared mindset, a willingness to think deeply, act ethically, and improve the world. Our world needs your ideas, your energy, your passion, and your sense of responsibility. As graduates, you are ready to make a positive impact, not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to ask better questions and where to look for the answers. You'll know when you've found those answers because you understand evidence and context, and because you have learned to adapt when circumstances change. These are the enduring strengths of a McMaster education, and they will serve you in any path you choose. Some of you are stepping into careers you have envisioned for years. Others are still exploring and discovering, and both are normal and acceptable at this time of life. Life after graduation is a series of experiments, refinements, and sometimes reinventions. I want you to have the confidence that you will find the way to use the skills you have developed here, perhaps in ways you're not expecting. As you move through your lives, I encourage you to remain open to new ideas, to new people, and especially to learning that continues long after your formal education ends. I encourage you to remain curious and to stay engaged and to take risks. When challenges arise, remember that overcoming difficulty is a sign of growth. I hope you will feel a sense of responsibility to your families and friends, your communities, your colleagues, and our society. Before I close, I want to acknowledge the family members, partners, and friends who stand with you today. Their support, encouragement, sacrifice, and belief have helped bring you to this moment. I want to thank our faculty and staff for their dedication to teaching, research, mentorship, and student success. And to you, our graduates, I want to thank you for choosing McMaster and for shaping this institution with your talent and spirit. Wherever your path takes you, across the globe or keeps you close to Hamilton, McMaster will always be part of your story, and you will always be part of ours. I hope you'll stay connected and be proud you studied here. Never underestimate the value of your education or the difference you can make. The future is yours to shape. Go forward with confidence and compassion and keep on learning. I am proud of you. We are proud of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Now, I need you guys to do me a favor. We're almost at the end, and I need you to give one more loud round of applause to these graduates and show them just how proud we are of them. Graduates, today you join a global community of McMaster graduates, and we are proud to welcome you into the alumni family. To our honorees and award recipients, congratulations on your exceptional achievements. Your dedication and contributions inspire us all. Dr. Hoffman, thank you for that wonderful convocation address. You had something there for everyone, and I hope that the students will remember, or the graduates will remember this, remember your words and apply them. You had something in there for me personally, because I have always believed that the quality of the McMaster education was second to none. I have believed it, but I wasn't always sure it was true. But when Professor Hoffman got up here and said, based on his experience at 8 universities, some of which are the most prestigious in the world, and he agreed with me, that made it true. So thank you for confirming what I always believed. Now I can go forward and say it a lot more boldly. So for you graduates, what that means is as you leave here, you should have no doubt about whether or not you are ready. McMaster has prepared you, and you are ready for anything that comes next. I would also encourage you to remember the words of our President Tai, and the sage wisdom included in her presentation today. I encourage you to carry those words with you as you take your next steps. My very best wishes to each of you for success, fulfillment, and continued discovery in the years to come. Again, congratulations.
All right, congratulations, graduates of 2026. Wish you well in the future days ahead. It's my duty to close the day off today with Gunahonya. And what do I nanda na da hoda hungwaya dak na to what ne ona na sonat na swade boyas na swade boya nanda na da hoda na to home McMaster na doctrinita. And nanda digan go dance what town see just what the see sky point go sawado ne hanji boy for cantos and why di song wa we Gunahonya. Nene always at scan do nothing yo. Nene and way hagen. Nete again your talk now and what go. And on in a hand watch row we San Wednesday. Now don't know how did one hook what. Nate Sahound young question that can rock went. Ne all hand at the hood Sakoi Ne go to now the hood at the way go on to Wednesday. Nate now go out sweo do guess a guy why na the hood young guy when they get good drift think ne. Nate and what away no ni na Scott did you know honyo. Na sa Wednesday one no how did one hook what. Nate go to na the hood at the way go on to Wednesday. Nate again he joke talk down what go on. And on in that, jid what trovi. Nate a Hawaii and that's a whole one jaw that. Now, hoy ho custom grant ho die ho don't touch ni get set now Hawaii and he. Nate now not ni on you na da ho that's a koi hon. Nate now agree ho Nate na scanos ho not done you. Ona go that sweet ho dog a guy Hawaii na da ho that get guy ho ne get good drift thank Nate. Nate na and other way no ni na Scott did you know honyo na ho die ho don't touch ni get set now Hawaii and he. Nate again he joke talk now what go on. And on in that jid what trovi. Na sabago go one is gonna die yo. Oi Hawana touch what Nate dos a high point what's that now song go ya hank or hand or how much for nyogi. Nate na on go drop swio dog guess what need doggies na and what on date na Hawana song go ya dis. Nate and what away no ni na the silver na honyo na sabago one is gonna die yo. Nate again you talk now what to go on. And on in that and jid what trovi. Na gain young good doggy had you out kyono na duki and you don't. Nina on good at swio scanos one of the na to ho when the gate did the way. Nina and what away no nina did in the honyo na gate here no had you out kyono na duki and you don't. Nate again he joked up na what you hot. And on in that jid what trovi na how gate going hide hana great so way this. Nate so to set on his scan away one of the Nate and what away no ni. Na the silver na honyo na gong hide hand drops away this so. Nate again is up na what go. Na turn na got queenie ige ga get the gunhonyo on agree when egg na scanos one of the na tossed wire na the work squadanyo. Nate again you talk na what go. Donito. Be good, do good, and may the Creator look after you in the future days ahead. Yahweh.
Thank you, Ishan, President Tai, Chancellor Brathwaite, and Derek for your words, and congratulations to all of our award recipients. In a moment, we will rise together for the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, the academic and graduate processions will recess to music performed by local Indigenous artists. I invite you to remain standing at your seats until the processions have left the hall. After the ceremony, graduates may collect their diplomas and return their regalia in the convention center where you checked in. Diploma distribution will close 1 hour following the ceremony. We ask that only graduates enter the diploma distribution area. Graduates and their guests are then warmly invited to continue the celebration at the Alumni Welcome event at the David Braley Health Sciences Center just down the road at 100 Main Street West. This relaxed gathering offers an opportunity to celebrate with family and friends, take photos with regalia that will be available there for the photos, and connect with the McMaster alumni community. Please now join in the singing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, this convocation stands adjourned. Thank you.